Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It is Saturday morning, the 13th of July, and hot off the heels of the suitcase murders, where a man has now been arrested for that. So if you don't know what on earth I'm talking about, go over to my other channel, Michelle Walks, and catch up on that. Very grisly, very disturbing. But a man has been arrested in connection with the body parts found in suitcases on the Clifton Suspension Bridge in Bristol, here in the UK, and other body parts believed to have been from the same two adult male victims were found over 100 miles away in a flat in Shepherd's Bush in West London. I said it was grisly. Anyway, go over and check those out. Got 2 live streams and a short update video that I've just put out. So let's get over to the Spanish island of Tenerife and see what the latest is in the Jay Slater case. Let's go. Now, I came across this little nugget in The Sun. Yes, it's The Sun. Don't buy The Sun. But I don't see anybody else talking about this. I'm not saying no one else is. I just haven't seen anyone else talking about this. So this is just at the end of one of their little news updates. The man on the screen is Chris. I think his TikTok name is Christopher Tenerife. And he believes that Jay is still in that ravine, that it just hasn't been searched properly. But it's what this reporter says next that has concerned me. Take a listen.
He said the ravine has not been searched properly and that Jay could still be in there. Chris is among a group of volunteers still searching for Jay alongside his family. He described the hunt as like looking for a needle in a haystack, as the ravine is so vast and rocky. But the Sun understands from Friday the local council is restricting access to the ravine and only allowing hikers in. They will be charged €28 each and will have to pre-book. It is unclear what this will mean for those still searching for Jay.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that? What? So from Friday, so presumably yesterday, there'll be no access to the ravine that Jay Slater is believed to be in unless you pre-book and you pay €28. So what's going to happen to the searches for Jay? Are the local council allowed to do that kind of thing in Spain? Are the local council allowed to just shut off an entire area when there's someone missing? I mean, I find it difficult to believe that every person searching for Jay will now have to book in and pay €28 every time they go there, I assume. What's all that about? Or will they give a special dispensation for those who are searching for Jay? Is it a way for the council just to make a quick buck? Is it a way for them to control who's actually down there? I can see the conspiracy theorists having a wild field day with this. Is it to put people off searching for Jay? Because there's not that many people out there. It's a huge area. They need hundreds of people out there, let alone the few that are still there. What on earth? What on earth? Or has the Sun got it all wrong? I don't know. If you've heard any more information about that, drop it in the comments, because it's very concerning. Very concerning to me, that is. All right, so this has come out in several newspapers that a waitress from the club that Jay was in on the Sunday night in Playa de las Americas has come forward and said that she gave Jay free water. Normally, they have to buy water for €3 because he looked unwell. Now, the other day, it was said by just some random person whose cousin knows the roommate of Lucy May Law, that all of the staff in the bars have been told to just keep it zipped, to say nothing. So I don't know whether that was true, but we discussed that in a video a couple of days ago. But anyway, this waitress has supposedly come forward and said that she remembers Jay. She said he looked so unwell that she gave him some free water. And Jay was previously seen in a video clip trying to get back to his feet after tripping over at the Papagayo nightclub. This hostess, this waitress, has given an insight into the final hours before Jay's disappearance and how he was not looking well while he was in the club. Well, probably because he'd been partying for 3 days and who knows what substances he had on board. And he would have been dehydrated, decision-making very off, stole a watch, and then he went off with 2 guys nearly 30 miles north, and we know the rest. But anyway, the waitress told the Sun, "I remember Jay because he was unstable on his feet. Gave him some water for free, as he didn't look well. Visitors are normally charged €3 for water at the venue." Okay, the staff member who is likely to have been one of the last people to see the missing teenager added she was upset when she found out that he'd disappeared. "I remember him. My boyfriend called me in the morning and said he was missing." She also said the incident was made worse by the fact that they were similar ages and that she feels sorry for Jay's family. The latest revelation comes after former Met police officer, who's not been a police officer for 24 years, Mark Williams Thomas, claimed that he'd passed significant new information onto the British and Spanish police, who have been left baffled by his vanishing act. Right, so we went through that small 4-minute update in yesterday's video, so go and check that out. So that's a picture from it. But he said, on the morning of the 17th of June, on arrival back to the rental, Jay spoke to a number of different people on his phone, and they described him as very much awake and still buzzing. So, not unwell? Had he got over his unwellness? I don't know. As a result of the information we have received, we know now that Jay took certain actions while at the rental because he was clearly worried about his own safety, and this was shortly before he decided to leave. In the last few days, I've received a significant new piece of information which I've shared with the British and Spanish police, which provides some clarity as to why he may have left in a hurry and didn't want to return to the rental in a hurry, even though his phone was about to go flat. Somebody in my comments actually made a good point, that maybe Jay wasn't in danger, maybe the 2 guys did not threaten to do anything to him, and that he was scared because he was paranoid. Because, you know, sometimes drugs can make you paranoid. Maybe there was no danger, Jay was just paranoid, and he thought there was danger when there actually wasn't. That's a very good point. I know the internet is awash with theories. Some are massively wild speculation, others have element of the truth, but overwhelmingly many are just made up. We are uniquely placed to have spoken to nearly all key witnesses to cross-check their accounts and evidence, thus building the clearest picture. We know now that Jay was on his phone and alone at 8:50 a.m, walking on the track just off the main road, about 30 minutes walk from the apartment. So that's the Barranco Juan Lopez trail, which, if the Sun are correct, people are going to have to pay to use. It was cold, damp, only 18 degrees C with a high that reached 20 degrees C. So that's like in the 60s Fahrenheit. The evidence we have been able to collect, including the significant new intelligence, strongly supports that Jay was therefore likely to have been in or around the mountains, we suspect some distance from the last phone location drop. Even after extensive searching done by highly experienced personnel, the rugged and dangerous areas, it's just not possible to rule out that he isn't still there. My personal belief is that he is still there. But this is Christopher Tenerife from TikTok.
I'm going to go a little bit further. This is not walking. This is scrambling. And everything is so dry underneath. As soon as you put your foot down, it's gone from underneath you. The coast looks closer than what it actually is. It's so deceiving. But then to go through the density of that bush area, you then hit a path. Now it's just before you hit the path that his phone pinged for the last time. Search the area where the phone last pinged and gone down to sort of the top end of the ravine. But just because his phone pinged there last doesn't mean that he stopped there. How long he walked for is anyone's guess. when you come and you stand on this terrain, if that lad was heading for the coast, I honestly think he's had a bit of misfortune. I honestly feel that he's in this ravine and he's in this area of Tenerife.
I agree with him. However, me, Chris, and Matt Williams-Thomas also believes he could still be in the ravine. We're all in the minority. And the Sun, you gotta love him. You gotta love him. They've gone with this morning. Actually, this only came out, well, less than 2 hours ago as I record this. Chilling new theory in Jay Slater case. Details how teen could be alive and boarded a yacht before vanishing without trace. Now, this isn't new. The Sun, this isn't new. This is a theory that's done the rounds now, I would say, for at least 2 weeks. A chilling new Jay Slater theory has been revealed, speculating the teen could be alive and having secretly boarded a yacht that vanished. How can a yacht just vanish? The mystery of the teen's disappearance has deepened after Jay's last known location on June 17th was thought to be marked by a ping from his cell phone on Tenerife, in some brush at the beginning, like before you get to the ravine. And it's a GPS location. We know that GPS can be off by 10 metres, so that phone ping could have been on the path. He may not have walked through any brush at all at that point. Let's be very clear. If what Christopher Tenerife says is true, that the coast looks much closer than it is, Jay could have thought, I'm going to walk down to the coast. However, this is not what this theory says. After a night partying on the island, Jay went to stay with 2 British men that he met before making the 11-hour walk back to his holiday apartment. The phone pinged in a remote area in the north of the island, not far from the Airbnb. But the new theory states that Jay threw his phone into the bushes in order to avoid detection after allegedly stealing a £12,000 Rolex, which is not a Rolex, is an AP, according to Jay's Snapchat. He could have then made his way down to the nearby Los Gigantes cliffs via a safe route to a nearby jetty. Well, if he'd stolen an expensive watch, how has he arranged this? How has he arranged this yacht to pick him up? I mean, presumably, the people on the yacht wouldn't have known that Jay was going to steal this watch. Or was the watch theft plan? I mean, come on. So he could have made his way to Los Gigantes cliffs. There, Jay may have boarded a waiting boat and skipped the island, meaning the teen may be alive and well somewhere else. Mysteriously, a 14-foot yacht named the Maruba was reportedly recorded sailing past Masca Beach around the same time as Jay's disappearance. A short time afterwards, the yacht's signal stopped registering on electronic maps. So has anybody thought to look for the yacht? Even if it's nothing to do with Jay's disappearance, well, where did it go? Are there people down there at the bottom of the sea? Are other people missing? I'm sorry, guys. I can't believe this. Online sleuths have suggested that could be caused by the captain switching off the transponder. But the Sun is in no way suggesting this. The dangerous Los Gigantes cliffs would be perilous for the dehydrated teen, but a local guide said that there's a well-trodden path down to the beach, which Jay wouldn't have known about. Even if he'd gone to Los Gigantes, he wouldn't have known about this path. Like, how well planned was this? Come on now. Come on now. I got a problem with this. There was then a number of coves and beaches the yacht could have arrived at to collect Jay. The theory is backed up by online sleuths who claim that Jay was fleeing the island after he stole the Rolex. The Rolex disappeared when a fight broke out at the club Jay was partying at with investigators, questioning taxi drivers and bar staff present on the strip. The last known location of the cell phone is critical to search efforts. Well, people have tried to find the phone and it appears not to be there. Rescue crews focused their search efforts on the 2,000 feet Masca ravine in the north of the island. Police searched for days using drones, sniffer dogs, mountain rescue specialists in the northern hills of Tenerife around where the phone pinged. But they didn't go down that ravine. There's ravines down there. There's ravines in ravines down there. Dogs can't get down there. Drones and helicopters looking from above would not see what's under those ledges, what's potentially in the caves, what's deep down. They would not see it. They would not see it. Man. Alright, I just can't. I just can't with this. It doesn't pass the sniff test. Let's put it that way. Brad, who was interviewed, Brad's his friend, said, I knew he went off-road because, you know, when you walk on gravel or whatever it is, you can, you know what I mean, stones. We were both like laughing about it. He said, look where I am. It comes after the Sun exclusive reveal yesterday that Jay was so unwell while partying before vanishing. A waitress, gave him some water. Jay was seen on video appearing to staggering back to his feet. Does it look like he stumbled? Maybe, possibly. But it's not a new video. Maybe he stumbled, yeah? I don't know. He does look wasted. He does look wasted, I've got to tell you. So, he's that wasted, yet he can arrange, on an island he's never been to before, he can arrange to meet a yacht to take him away after stealing a watch. No, come on now. I don't think that is very likely. I'm going to cross that off my list. It was never on my list to begin with. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.